What's going on, Bulls Nation? Welcome in to CHGO Bulls pregame, presented by Circus Sportsbook. Download the Circus Sports Illinois app at circusports.com/Illinois-app to sign up today. I'm Peck. You can follow me on Twitter at Bulls_Peck. Join me, my guy, Big Dave. BAWL Sports. Our pal and producer, Joey Spath, is on the controls. And pleased to be having him join us today. A Bulls fan, Chicago guy, actor, and the part of the creation of the newest great fake movie trailer that I've ever seen. Amazing. It's our guy KC McNeil joining with us in studio. What's going on, man?
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. This is amazing. Ooh, we have a round of applause.
You get everything, sir. You get all that we have. You get it.
Thank you.
Like the voice just ascending from the heavens to land upon CHGO Bulls.
I'm God, Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman, ladies and gentlemen. Morgan Freeman.
Okay, so
done.
Bulls Nation, in case you missed it, over the last 24 hours or so, something beautiful happened.
Yes.
I'll start us off with that. Casey, you can fill us in where you joined. So in case you missed it, Brian Windhorst, ESPN NBA insider, on some interview, some podcast, used the phrase potential downfall when discussing the fact that many NBA teams are monitoring what the Bulls are doing and going through in case, as we get closer to that trade deadline, the Bulls decide to blow it up. And many people saw that phrase potential downfall and thought it was hilarious. Which it is. I know some Bulls fans are out there probably saying potential downfall. Like, we're 3-6. And then one of our wonderful producers here at CHGO, our guy Lawrence, saw that as an opportunity to just go fully ham and make himself a fake movie poster with a great tagline. Yep. I mean, my goodness. He even has like the fine print at the bottom.
Yes.
A Jerry Reinsdorf production.
I got the Lonzo Ball on.
For that reason.
Never featuring Lonzo Ball.
Well done.
So, Casey, tell us what happened when you just saw this scrolling through your Twitter feed the other night.
It was like, what was it, like 9 at night or something yesterday? And I saw it and I was like, this is hilarious. And as soon as I read it, I was like, I heard the voice in my mind. And I just had to do something, thinking like this is just going to be a little funny thing. And then Bulls Twitter, just being as amazing as Bulls Twitter is, just took it and ran with it. I think her name is @Hey_Winter.
Hey_Winter with 2 eyes.
The homie,
Shout out.
Took it and put some visuals behind it, and then she put the music behind it, and now it's like its fully own little movie trailer thing for the potential downfall of the Bulls. And
I mean, our listeners and viewers can tell already that the booming dulcet tones are there for you.
Thank you.
To be a movie trailer speaker guy, whatever they call that gig. And so everybody just had it. It's like it was a collaborative effort of Bulls Nation.
It's beautiful.
Joey, do we have the finalized version that is KC on the voiceover? And shout out to Hey Winter for adding the effects, because this is just too great.
This is my favorite part.
She
picked the perfect clips for everything.
In a world where Zach LaVine is asked to be the leader and DeMar DeRozan is fighting Father Time, while the team around them is made up of below-average shooters, when continuity is the only option, the Chicago Bulls are headed for potential downfall. Coming to you this NBA trade deadline, February 8th, 2024.
Yo.
Shout out to my cat.
I love the cat just chiming in at the end.
Yeah, she was like, I wanted to be a
I also love how you added
cherry.
like the release date like in theaters, but instead you just use the trade deadline.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully
Incredible.
before the trade deadline. I'm on the blow it up train, but that's just me.
Oh, yeah, the train's getting full. The train's getting full, man. Seriously, it's on the way.
There are no seats left. People are standing.
Standing room only on that one. But it was great because when Lawrence put it out, obviously we were like, man, this is hilarious and funny. And I remember I was just scrolling through Twitter, and I just saw your face. That's all I saw. So I see your face, and I'm like, what is this? Like, it was weird just to see your face over that, on the retweet. So I immediately clicked it, and I heard it, and I said, what the hell? And I sent it directly to Lawrence in our Bulls Beat Slack. And I said, have you seen this? And he said, no, but oh my God. And then it just went from there, and then that's
Incredible.
what Matt saw
And
it.
I watched it a million times. And I was like, it's late, but I'm going to hit up Casey in his DMs and see if he's up and wants to come hang out with us tomorrow.
I
That
was
was
up because I
amazing.
was just rewatching it over and over again because I was like, this is just the funniest thing ever. Like,
Dude, it was brilliant. It was so brilliant and so well done. Like, and how long have you been doing the voiceover work, sir?
so I've been out of school doing the acting thing for about 5 years now. So
School?
Shout
I went
out to Purdue.
Shout out to Purdue.
Shout out
Boiler
Purdue.
up.
Boiler up.
You know, just out here in Chicago trying to get into the biz.
Yes,
And,
sir.
you know, I've done a few things here and there. I've done Chicago Fire a couple of times. I've done the 4400. But, you know, just having fun and making stuff like this is anything to help get the ball rolling.
Yeah,
So,
I hear you.
You're welcome to come hang out with us and watch the Bulls let us down every night.
Oh,
and,
please.
Until you
Please.
rightfully take your place as the man who makes all the Hollywood movie trailers. Like, that's got to be within days of happening, right?
Or as you called it, the
I'm
movie
hoping.
trailer speaker
There
guy.
you go.
I think narrator.
There you go.
Oh, he'll be called again when there's more foolishness to be had.
Please, I'm
Definitely.
with all of the foolishness.
Oh,
all of the
man.
time.
It's,
Yes.
I mean, like, truly, as a former actor, I was telling you myself, like,
That's a flex.
That voice is.
That's a flex, Joe. That's
Well,
a flex.
I mean-
Trying to slide it, didn't he?
It's
not for the weak.
It's not a flex because
not for the
former
weak.
actor means
Flex.
failed actor. That's what that means.
No.
No,
That's
I
not what that
disagree.
means. Not what that means.
I
Not what that
disagree.
means. I completely
But-
disagree.
Dude, you took a silly script that our producer Lawrence wrote about the Bulls and turned it into something that legitimately sounds like a movie trailer. It's so cool.
It was very cool, dog, and hilarious. You know what I mean? Like, just adding that context to it just gave it more life. And then because of you did that, then you see people adding visuals, and then it just keeps going and going because, like you
going.
said, Bulls Nation is amazing. We see one of our people, Anthony's asked you already, is KC a believer in Patrick Williams or blow it all up?
Oh, that's tough. Okay. All right. Let's get into it. So I think
Everyone's Patrick Williams takes.
Hey,
I
man.
think I want to blow it up. Give me Kobe. I'll keep P. Will
Okay.
because I think if he doesn't have DeMar or Zach or, you know, a primary option there and he can just ball out, I think he could give us like 17, 20 a game if it was just on a bad team. And
Okay.
just
Well,
left
that's
to-
fair.
Left
That's
to cook.
fair. That's fair. That's fair.
So, you know, I say keep him. We don't want another Lowry situation. That would just be heartbreaking because that just always seems to happen to the Bulls. So
It's sad.
I think keep him.
Okay. So keep the young guy, Kobe.
Keep the young guys.
Keep the young guys.
Yes.
But you're ready to just get rid of it all.
Yeah. Fire sale.
Does Billy Donovan included in that?
Yes.
Oh, everybody.
Yeah. Even though he got the secret contract extension. I'm
Everyone
just
gets secret
That's
extensions.
your new
KC.
title right there. Secret contracts.
like, secret
in a
contract.
world.
Yeah. Right.
The much anticipated sequel to potential downfall.
I mean, I
It's a
hope
downfall
that.
too. Secret contracts.
I hope that it keeps going. I hope that we have more situations, hopefully a good situation,
Yeah.
where people will be like, yeah, let's make another movie trailer thing clip
Oh.
and just keep it going because that would be amazing.
I can't wait to talk to Lawrence because I want this to continue.
Yeah.
And this to be done again on a bigger scale. Because when you do sequels, they have to be on a bigger scale. So I want this done again. Me and Lawrence, I can't wait to talk to him. I
Make
can't-
it happen.
I can't
Make
wait
it
to
happen.
speak to him.
And
man.
it's honestly, it's something necessary and I think nice to like Bulls fans having fun with
Yeah.
interacting with other Bulls fans, doing silly stuff on
Correct.
social media.
Correct.
Because it does kind of alleviate the pain and like the mental strain of it all. Like we're 9 games into an 82 game season and we're all staring down the barrel like, oh God, like you need to have fun in
Yeah,
some ways because otherwise we would all just go crazy.
Right, because what else are we going to do? We're just going to sit here and be like, oh, they're going to have another players meeting after the first game. It's just,
Yeah.
it's all bad. So, yeah.
Thank you,
just
Goose Island.
Beer Hill.
Smile through the pain, laugh through the pain, all that good stuff.
So
a lot of
speaking
that.
of that, we got to take a quick ad break, and then we'll come back, dive into more. Casey, I want your thoughts on a bit more on Billy Donovan because he was answering some questions about the rotation at their practice earlier this week, and it baffled me. That's coming up next. If you're watching along with us on YouTube, Bulls Nation, A, we appreciate it. B, do us another favor, hit that thumbs up button, and make sure you subscribe as well if you aren't already to the CHGO Sports YouTube channel. Big Dave.
Joseph Mathis. Could you please tell me what time it is?
Game time. Ooh.
That's a Sunday.
What time is it? Whisper?
Yeah, because it's Sunday.
Ooh,
It's more
okay.
chill. It's more relaxed.
The Lord's Day.
It's more cool. Yes, sir. We relax
The
on the
Lord's
Sabbath.
Day.
That's right.
The
We
Lord's
relax
Day.
on the Sabbath, sir. We take a day off on the Sabbath. You shouldn't have to worry when you're buying tickets to your next big event. Game Time is the fast and easy way to buy tickets for all your sports, music, comedy, theater events nearest you with killer last-minute deals, all-in prices, views from your seat, and their best price guarantee. Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying those tickets. Game Time has deals on tickets right up to the start of the dang on event, and even an hour before it starts. So if you're late and you're hanging out, you can still get a deal because Game Time loves you like that. It is the place to find last-minute seats. Find exclusive flash deals sponsored on tickets by football, basketball, baseball, concerts, comedy, theater, and much, much more. And with zone deals, you pick the section and Game Time does the selecting. They will find you a seat for an average savings of, drum roll please, 18%. You're late, Joe.
18%.
Game Time guarantee means you'll always get the best price that they got. Shout out to Anita Baker, giving you the best that I got. Now, take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download with the Game Time app, create an account, use the code CHGO. Get your pretty self $20 off of your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create the account, redeem the code, CHGO, and get yourself $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. Because Matthew Pack, what's up with it? Game Time.
I mean, do you do voiceover? Is that your first time reading that? Because that's a skill.
I appreciate
it's
that.
to just get through that in one
thank
thing.
you.
I'm going to let you know a little secret, Casey. Our listening and viewing audience tunes in somewhat for the Bulls talk, mostly for Big Dave's admins.
Got you.
The man has a gift.
I understand.
You both do. Tonight's CHGO Bulls pregame also brought to you by our friends
Down for
at
voiceover,
Goose Island Beer Company.
Let me know.
It's Chicago's beer since 1988, the Jordan year. They have a wonderful roster of beers. Oktoberfest, it's November, but you can still drink it. It's not against the rules. The Beer Hug family. I'm sipping a Neon Beer Hug right now.
Yes, you are.
Big Dave's got himself a hazy.
Hazy.
All delicious.
6.8.
The Full Pocket Pilsner is me and Big Dave's new favorite.
Oh.
Those are getting cool in the fridge right now.
It's a full pocket Pilsner in there?
Didn't I see you stacking it?
No, that was the IPAs.
Oh, well, we got to get.
You ran through the full
We got to get new
pockets.
full. We did tear through some Pilsners
We
the other
ran through
night.
the full pockets, G.
As we've said, it's stressful being a Bears fan right now. And Goose Island
And
helps.
Bulls.
Yeah. Grab an ultra fresh brewery exclusive beer at Goose Island's original brew house on Clybourne Ave in Lincoln Park, or from their tap room on Fulton Street, just right down the street here in Westtown. Goose Island Beer Company. It's Chicago's beer. Helps get you through the pain.
Same thing, man. Just going through it, no stumbles. I hear the former actor.
You heard
I'm
it
telling
in him.
you.
He heard the structure.
Thank
It's
you.
not a
sir.
failed
Look at
actor.
him.
No.
He heard the structure.
This is not our first show. we've done those ad reads
Or
once or
first
twice.
beer.
True.
It's been awesome.
All right, guys. Quick little update there. I know we've been wondering about Caruso, who was on the injury report with a toe. Looks like the Bulls are going to hold him out tonight.
Thank you.
On the first
makes
night of a
sense.
back-to-back.
My goodness. Yep.
Maybe we will see him tomorrow night against the Bucks. Yeesh. And along those lines of who's in, who's out, starting lineup tonight, it's the same for Billy since making the P-Dub out, Torrey Craig in switch. Kobe and Zach, DeMar, Torrey Craig, and Vooch are your starting five tonight.
All right.
On the topic of Billy Donovan and this Bulls rotation, he was talking at practice a few days ago
Had things to say?
about the fact that Javon Carter, newcomer, lighting it up, shooting a zillion % from three,
Yeah, he is.
can't seem to get more minutes, and even perhaps more curiously, has not seen the floor with the Bulls' big three or mid three, beta three, whatever you want to refer to them as
Not
these
Billy's
days.
job. Not Billy's job.
And wondering, like, how is that? Like, how is it that Javon Carter has not seen the floor with those guys at any point yet this season? And he had an interesting answer, and I believe it was shout out to our guy Drew Stevens from the Bigs, who put the video up on the Twitter machine when you have a second to play that.
And asked
Joe.
the question. Shout out to him.
Glad someone finally asked the question.
Yeah.
What's up happening is generally Zach and Vooch have played predominantly their rotation, which has been like the first 9 minutes. So sometimes Javon comes in, at that time, and then a lot of times Torrey was in with them previously, but now that Torrey's starting, he's come off and Patrick's come in. So, sometimes it's not even about, you maybe want to get to a rotation or lineup, but you may not be able to get there just based on guys' rotations, because when we took Patrick out of the lineup to try to get him going with the second unit, that's going to take Torrey out of the lineup a little bit with JC. That's what's just going to happen. So, but it's not to sit there and say that later in the second quarter we couldn't get to some of that.
I feel like there's a name for a job of somebody who controls the rotations and could make that decision.
Casey, what would be the name?
Is it movie speaker announcer guy, or is that a different job?
That's a different job. It can't be the coach, right? I mean,
Head coach?
it could be the head coach.
Head coach. I think they're in charge of rotation making and decisions and changes in the rotation. The way he phrased it, like, well, sometimes the weird indescript talking about rotations, and like sometimes they're just stuck the way they are. It's like, dude, you're the coach.
You're right. You make the decision, man. And that's what the silly part of it was. Like, wait a minute, you do that. that's what you do. Can't you just do that? And again, my issue isn't even the rotation. It's, as I talked about on the last show with you, it's when somebody's hot, don't take them out the game.
Snatches them out immediately.
How about you leave them in the game and allow them until they're not hot anymore, and then take them out the game? Maybe I'm crazy. You know what I mean? I just felt I was insane when I thought about this. But that was my issue. Rotations and who should play, when they should play, all that. Fine, that's the coach's job, and I don't know if he knows it, but that's the coach's job. But about who is cooking, when someone's playing bad.
Yeah.
You see it, right?
Yeah.
We seen him bench people because they're playing bad. We seen him say, hey, man, Zach, last year when Zach was, 1 of 14? Have a seat.
Yep.
Patrick Williams, come sit next to me. He's literally said that in a press conference where he was like, no, I thought Pat needed to come sit next to me and have this conversation so we could talk about what he's seeing on the floor.
Yeah.
Why have a conversation with somebody when they're hot? Leave them out there on the floor. Let them cook. And when they're not cooking no more, take them off the grill. You know what I mean? And it's okay.
Christian in the comments said, Billy's great at talking his way out of everything. And our guy Fish just said, huh? With several question marks. I mean, that is the curious thing. And look, if Billy's justification there, from what I could tell, is, well, Javon, once we made the switch in the starting lineup and, Torrey Craig out, or Torrey Craig and Pat out, like, it seemed like he was saying, well, Javon would have to start to get any minutes with the trio of Zach, DeMar, and Vooch. So if that is what he's saying in a roundabout way that also sounds like he's shirking all kinds of his head coaching responsibilities, is that something that you would be open to seeing, Casey? I mean, like, we've talked about how Kobe's had an up-and-down start as the team's once again starting point guard. What do you think about that potential decision to make yet another change to the starting lineup for a team that's 3-6?
I wouldn't make the change just because I wouldn't want to do that to Kobe again. Because like if you do that to him again, he's going to lose his confidence, and then maybe he won't be able to hit a stride. Because I mean he's been up and down like you guys just said, but he's been solid. I think he's been better than he was last season.
That's true.
But maybe sub him out just a little bit. Minute or two earlier, get Javon in there, see what happens. And then if the team takes off with Javon and you see them with the mid three, the big three, whatever you want to call it, then you make that decision and be like, okay, this is the best unit for our team going forward, but just not giving it a chance to happen because you're like, well, this rotation is this and this and this.
Yeah, and
somebody has to make a change.
That's it.
This is the motion that I think all Bulls fans are feeling inside 100% of the time. What's going on?
Right. Just confusion.
That you visualize confusion, and that's very, very hard to do, and that's very impressive. And I remember when that quote came out, I got Gene from the Bigs once again. Shout out. He talked about when he talked to Javon Carter and asked him, about shooting more threes. He was like, well, Billy has talked about how he wants you to shoot more threes. He said Javon Carter answer, and maybe I'm getting the quote wrong, but he said his answer was, I got to be out there more.
How do I shoot more threes?
Yeah.
Play more minutes.
True.
Give me more minutes. I will shoot more threes. Yes, that is absolutely right. And then it's the fact that it's working so well for him. That's the frustrating part of it all. We're watching him get out there and shoot 8 threes, 6 threes, things like that in 16 minutes.
And he's hitting what, like 50% right
Yes,
now?
yes, his numbers are insane right now.
Top 10 in the NBA in 3-point percentage right now.
Yeah.
And he's playing 16, 19 minutes a game, which is
Yeah.
insane. And again, I love Kobe. I don't want to remove Kobe from the starting lineup. It's not about that. I've said many a time Kobe is a late starter. Like when he gets around late November, in December, that's when he starts kind of kicking off. So I'm ready. I think the kickoff is coming like in either next week or this week. Like it's going to start for Kobe White. Yes, it's going to kick off for him. But I don't think that's I don't want him removed. But I would like to see Javon Carter play with the starters maybe one time. During a second, third, fourth quarter, there are plenty of quarters that he can do this in.
With Caruso getting the night off tonight, we might finally see that in this game.
Yeah.
Because
Correct.
Javon's going to move up, and who comes off the bench? Because this, Billy's always throwing Caruso in there to be like, all right, we're down 18. Go save us.
Do something.
Fix it all.
Please.
So, my guess is we see an uptick in minutes from Javon Carter tonight, and maybe that includes seeing
guess.
actually, our first look at him sharing the floor with the Bulls' big three, and also, maybe him and Torrey Craig. Javon and Torrey Craig have not shared the floor for any amount of time so far with the Bulls' big three this season. I don't understand.
There's something wrong with that. Like seriously, something wrong
there's
with that.
there's a very strict rotations rule
true.
from the rotation gods.
The NBA rule.
That we only
Silver.
get to talk to them
Adam Silver
said,
from
yeah.
when
David
they decide
Stern.
to come down and,
in peace.
and embrace us with their presence. Then we can talk to them about rotations, but it's not up to Billy.
Can't be on the floor at the same time.
It's my final decree right here. But but that's what's so crazy about it is we sit there and we see it and it's maddening. You know what I mean? Because it's not making logical sense. I just need it to make logical sense to me as to when you see somebody that's hot and you're like, no, I don't need you. Like, and in a position and doing something that you've talked about you needed to improve on your squad.
Yeah.
The profile of the 3-point shooting. And he's doing that, and you're like, nah, come have a seat.
These are the guys we intentionally brought in to do this,
Correct.
to help the big three,
Correct.
and then we just don't play them together with the big three.
In a world.
In a world. Yeah, makes no sense.
No, zero.
man.
I don't get it.
So, and like the other thing is, we're asking so much of guys like Caruso wanting to have Javon Carter take on a bigger role to fix this team's 3-point woes and stay hot and be out there on the floor for larger minutes. But having these role players prop up the Bulls' big three that's faltering is, I think, the bigger issue and the bigger problem. Like, I believe after their game on Wednesday, the Bulls have been off the last few days. So 9 games in, the Bulls trio of Zach, DeMar, and Vooch have been on the floor a lot of minutes already, like more than collectively when you add up their minutes on the floor, 4 or 5 games worth. They have a minus 80-something overall point plus minus. As a trio on the floor, minus 81 or 82, I heard Zach Lowe say on his latest episode. Like, that's supposed to be your guys. Your core guys who, #continuity, we decided to roll back and try again. And we're asking so much of the role players to come in, asking so much of a bench unit to bury the starters out of deficits that they're building for themselves all the time.
Yeah.
Shout out to the bench mob. I love those guys. They're playing great.
The Bulls bench has played well so far this season, but I mean, potential downfall. Potential downfall comes when your best and highest paid and supposed to be most efficient players as a trio are getting blown out every minute they're on the floor.
That's a problem. That's an issue. And
Why?
why? And then when your best player, quote unquote, isn't playing like it. You know what I mean? Like a guy like Zach LaVine is really not having a great season. You know what I'm saying right now. And I've yet to,
Especially not in the clutch.
Yelling about it like a week
Casey
ago.
just rolled his eyes.
Yes, he did.
And
It was. I heard his eyes rolling. Clank, 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 clank. I heard it. But I did a whole thing. I yelled about that for about 7 minutes.
Was it after the game? I can't remember which game it was. It was like either the game before the last one we played, but he tried to come around with that little poke move from the back on defense, and he did it twice in a row, 2 times down the floor with like a minute and a half left.
It was in
the Nets
the one
game.
possession
It
loss
was
to
the Nets
Brooklyn,
game.
and
Yes.
Mikal
Brooklyn
Bridges just torched his ass.
Yeah.
I lost it. Yeah, I went
And then
crazy.
he was like, And then he was like, he thought he played good defense, and Michael Bridges has made a good move.
It's just basketball. Yeah. Yep, it was that game.
Dog.
It was that game. That's when I lost it. I sat down here and lost it. You guys can go watch it. I haven't. That's why I love this show so much, because I get to get it out of me, and then I'm like, you know what I mean? I relax.
You get a platform to scream instead of all of us just at home screaming.
Correct. Because I'm usually
They
not
have
that
a platform too. It's called the live comment section.
And thank y'all for being here.
We love y'all.
We love y'all very much, because I'm usually not that guy. So when I get angry, it's a thing. Matt gets angry, it's Tuesday. It's a normal thing. You know what I mean? Not to say he's not wrong, but he gets angry. He does his thing.
I have a Bruce Banner situation.
I'm always angry.
With the Bulls, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, it's what it is. But when your best player is not playing to his potential, you know what I mean? Not even on a base, level. He's like below what we saw, because coming in, this is the first year I wasn't really concerned about him.
Yeah.
Walking into the door.
Yeah.
He was healthy. I love what I saw from him in the preseason. He looked amazing. And I was like, oh, this third team All-NBA at least. This is at least what we should be going for. Now I'm like, what? I don't know what I'm seeing. So, and then I watched DeMar, who's not playing bad. He's just declining because he's older.
Yeah.
So he's still averaging, 23 a game. Mm-hmm. You're asking DeMar to be a guy who passes more. He's doing that. Mm-hmm. You're asking the guy who should shoot more threes more. He's doing that. I'm seeing him do it. He's stepping into those threes. And Vooch, again, another guy who I'm like, is declining because of the age. I get it. Vooch is declining, man, because of his age. He's going to put up those numbers of 15, 16, and 10, and 11. But I've seen him get worked more this year by these other centers than I've seen him in several other years, man. When Nurkic is out here looking like Hakeem Olajuwon, there's a problem, dog.
Yeah.
Like,
It also doesn't help that Vooch is shooting 12% from within 5 feet so far this season. Like, what?
Last year before that, I was like a ride or die Vooch guy. I was no, you're wrong. Everybody's wrong. He's doing his thing. And now I'm just like, he's missing every single bunny, like from 2 feet away. And
hard to defend that. It's okay. The Bulls gave him a not secret extension. So, we got 3 more years of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Unless potential downfall happens.
So Matt, we have something that happens every time we play the Detroit Pistons, is you put on that shirt.
Yes, I do.
And every time you put that shirt on, everyone notices that shirt and loves it very, very much. I'm Spooky Kitties, LOL, Matt's shirt is so petty.
Unless they are confused and think it's an actual Detroit Pistons shirt.
Correct.
Because of the logo.
Or I got
you got to read the fine print, y'all.
Yep.
Shout out to Uncle Horace Grant.
Thank you for that.
So it says straight up bitches.
KC had to notice it. He was like, wait a minute.
I had noticed it.
He was like, wait a minute.
The greatest line in the entire 10-part documentary series, The Last Dance.
And also,
Horace Grant.
And also, shout out to the homie who we've been talking about this whole show. Shout out to Winter, who is joining us in the chat as well.
Hey,
hello, Winter.
What's up,
Thank you very much for the video. It was amazing.
It was
incredible. We loved it. We have the man of the hour sitting right here next to us who voiced it. Incredible work. Incredible work.
Thank you so
much. I love
much.
Bulls Nation.
So
We are getting close to tip-off time. I feel like I want to watch it one more time before we wrap up pregame.
Why not?
Is
Joey,
that okay?
Joey, where you at,
Can we do it? I
For
feel like we
sure.
need to bookend this pregame.
Joey, run that. That was your name, Joey. Run that.
That's the new nickname.
That's the new nickname. We give Joey millions nicknames, man.
Got you.
You know.
Okay.
Joey haircut.
How many do you think it would be if we counted them all up over like the last almost 2 years of giving Joey nicknames? Would we be in triple digits?
Oh, no. I think we're about 70.
About 70?
We're about 70 on his nickname level, dog. Because we went crazy in Paris. We were in Paris.
Where Zach LaVine is asked to be the leader, and DeMar DeRozan is fighting Father Time, while the team around them is made up of below-average shooters. When continuity is the only option, the Chicago Bulls are headed for potential downfall. Coming to you this NBA trade deadline, February 8th.
You know what I didn't notice before that I just noticed?
What?
Was the anger of DeMar DeRozan.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
I didn't notice that before.
Every single one of
Brilliant
Winter's
detail.
clips is just perfect. I mean,
Brilliant
the Zach
detail.
LaVine face.
The face he made after the missed
DeMar
shot in
getting
Brooklyn
hurt.
at the end of that game.
Arturas saying continuity.
Yes.
It's just everything
Man,
is just
Brilliant
so
detail,
spot
Winter.
on.
Winter,
And,
brilliant detail.
What's your cat's
Brilliant.
name?
Calliope.
Calliope? Great
Whoa.
name.
Break that down for the people.
I just like giving my pets mythological names for whatever reason, and Calliope is like one of the muses or something like that. So
Back in my acting days, my college crew that I did theater with, our theater company was the Calliope Theater Company.
hell yeah, hey,
Shout out to my
is.
Calliope Canyon College crew out there.
There it is.
Shout out to our guy Casey McNeil for joining us.
Thank you so much. Thank you
for not only creating a fun piece of Bulls fandom for everybody out there who's struggling right now, but for also taking the time to come join us in the studio, man.
Oh, thank you. This was awesome.
Yeah,
This was
Thank you for
Y'all
being
follow Casey on Twitter, Casey McNeil, Instagram as well. Same handle,
yeah,
or?
Instagram is at KC_McNeil. It's just the letters KC, not CASEY. Nothing against those people, but
Sure, yeah.
you know.
But like the Casey Johnson.
Yeah.
The correct Bulls person way to spell the name.
Perfect. Yes. Just like Casey Johnson. Shout out Casey Johnson.
Shout out
available.
Casey. He's back on the beat after
available.
Fighting some COVID for the last couple of weeks. But
for
Casey
really?
Johnson,
I didn't know that.
Casey Johnson back from COVID, back on the beat tonight.
Oh,
Hey.
shout out.
As
I'm
well
glad you're
as,
healthy.
of course,
Yes.
as always, our guy Will the Go Gottlieb, who's at the UC reporting tonight. Make sure you follow him too for all of his in-game updates. Will_Gottlieb. He will join us from the United Center on CHGO Bulls post-game following Bulls Pistons.
Let's go win.
Big Dave is at BAWL Sports on Bulls_Peck. We are CHGO _Bulls. Our panel producer Joey Spathis on the controls at Joey Spathis. Casey. Man,
You're amazing,
A
bro.
pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Thank
tuning
you.
into Pregame Bulls fans. Hit the thumbs up button if you didn't do so yet. Subscribe. We will see you for postgame. Let's get a dub.
Let's get a dub.
See Red be good.
Or let's not get a dub and maybe everybody will get traded.
Hey,
Oh,
potential downfall. Let's go.
That's Peck's Arena.
Woo!
Peace.
We all silly like the mayor.